So when you select material, you click on it, a whole series of different materials. So based on what we have here at the school, you would select one. When you click on it, it then shows up as your preview right here. And then you select your different size. X would be the horizontal, Y is the vertical, and then the thickness would be your Z. And if you rotate it by clicking on it, you can see your Z, which is your thickness. If you want to enlarge, you just roll the mouse away from you, make it smaller, you roll it towards you. You want to rotate it, you just hold down the left button and move it. To select a bit, move your cursor, your hand up there, and click on it. A series of bits will appear, and then you select based on what you're trying to achieve. So 1/32, 1/16, and then a 1/8, which these are all upcuts. This is a 1/8 inch, which is a straight cut. So you can see the difference in the shaft on them, and then when you click on them, that would you would choose your bit. You wanted to change the size of the material over here, click on it, backspace, and then type in what your actual size would be. That would be your horizontal, which is X, and then backspace 7.875, and that would be the width of your material. Hit enter, and then it shows over here in your workspace the actual size of your material. This grid, each box represents 1 inch by 1 inch. If you wanted to change it to millimeters, then you would move the cursor over, and so this would be your 11 7/8 by 8 7/8, or 7 7/8. To get the right machine, ours is the carvey, so you click on machine, click on carvey, and now you're ready to go. And you can just do that. If you wanted to make this bigger, you just click right here and your workspace is larger. You want to make it bigger, plus and minus right there. Okay, so to start choosing, let's just choose text. This T across here is for text. These are different symbols: square, circle, triangle, star, and then this allows you to select different points and draw whatever shape. But for this purpose, let's just click on T, and these are your 15 different styles of text. So when you click on one, the box appears. If you want to click down here, move that out of the way, then you want to click and drag your text wherever you want it. And when you drop it, click out of the box, it also shows over here in your preview area what it's looking like. So that's text. You want to make the text bigger, just slide over the box, stretch it out, then click somewhere and you get your cursor, and then you can backspace, type in whatever you need. So let's just do so you can see it goes off the grid, so you're way outside. So click on it, click over here to shape, and then you can change the width and the height of your letters. So click there. Let's just make it 10. Hit enter, and then now you see it goes, and you can drag it to inside, and then look at your preview over here, and it'll show you if it's going to fit on your board. You want to make it smaller, let's just make it 10 inches. So click, backspace, enter, and there's 10 inches. You want to change the height, again click on it, let's make it 1, click enter, and now you can see it's even smaller than that. So if you just want to do it manually, drag it down, and you can just click on it, move it to wherever you need, click outside the box, and there it is. So let's click back on. So when you're on the cut position, or the cut tab, this tells you how deep your 1/8 inch bit is going to go. So if you wanted to make it 1/8 inch deep based on your 1/2 inch material, the thinner the material, obviously the less depth you want to go. If you want to cut all the way through, which that'll be another training later, you can do that. Alright, down here you got fill and outline. When you click, it's going to fill in the whole letters. Outline, there's 3 other boxes. If you want to just outline the inner on the outside, or you can do it on pass. You can see how it changes over here. I think the outside one looked the best. Okay, if you wanted these lines to be thinner, then you just switch to a smaller bit, and you can see, and then you may want to change to a deeper. So there you can see it change it. Let's say you didn't like the text that you chose, so now go over here to shape, and down here it gives you all the different types. So when your box is highlighted, whatever one you click on, it changes. So you just keep going to the arrow, picking and choosing what, and then it fits inside the box. Rotation then allows you to rotate your text at different angles, or you can grab it there and rotate it by just moving the mouse back and forth. And you can see the angle over here changes. Let's just put it back to 0, goes back to there. I think from just my standpoint that doing different text boxes instead of doing one text box, and you'll see what I'm. So it does. Then you just have to click the cursor here and then center it. With when you do separate boxes, which let me show you here. You go up here to edit, and then undo, edit, undo, edit, undo, edit. And it goes back there. So that would be one text box, and do another one down here. And then you can see where the center is right here. So then you could position it based on what's your next line, and you can choose the same type of text or a different text, different fill, different outline. So that's how you add text to your work. If you wanted to do a circle, same thing. Move it, stretch it, whatever. As long as your box is highlighted, you can do the different cut, fill, outline, width, height, and all that. This position, just click it up there. That's where this position, that position. So if you wanted to position it based on your work piece here, you could do the different positions here. If you wanted to lock that, you just push that. So now the width of it isn't. You can't change the width because it's locked in. So can't accidentally. I guess you can. But that's how you add. You don't like it, right click, remove, and disappears. So there's a circle, triangle. It always drops it down here in the left hand corner. This pink area is your clamping. You don't want to put anything inside or near this. This is called the smart clamp. So always keep your text or your symbols outside of the smart clamp. And don't get too close to the edges or the ends, because you're going to end up clamping this workpiece, this piece of Babinga, using clamps. So you don't want your letters to be too close to the edge where the tool will actually cut into your clamps. So once you're ready to cut, and you just come up here to carve, hit the carve. Okay, if you wanted to see, if you hit simulate, it'll show you the path of the carvey and which letters it's gonna, where it's gonna start. It's gonna home down here, then it's gonna go through there and then come through here. So it's saying it's gonna take about 48 minutes, which is pretty accurate. So to carve, we want the right machine. So this menu is going to pop up. It's going to ask you to measure your thickness, exact thickness, and we have a set of calipers. That allows you to measure pretty accurate thickness. So always double check, make sure your thickness is correct. Then you're going to clamp your block of wood in the smart clamp using the L groove, shape groove right here, and then this goes on top with 2 T-nuts right there. And you're going to use these clamps to clamp it down. There's holes built in the table at the T-nuts. There's green and blue. Blue is for thicker, green is for thinner material. Make sure your right bit is confirmed. And then once you're ready, you're going to click carve, and the machine's going to do the work, and you just wait till it's done.